Hi guys. So I did notice something very important in regards to macroeconomic analysis, and I decided to do a short video for you guys so that you've got something to guide you uh, for tomorrow and the rest of the week. I'm still gonna do the weekly mentorship video, the forecast video for tomorrow, but this one here I specifically picked it up during this weekend. So when we look at dollar, right, I'm very much strong bullish on dollar right now. Since last week, if you remember correctly from the weekly outlook video, I was anticipating dollar to trade above these two price points. We've cleared the first one, and right now we are heading towards the 100.40, but the target, which was just above 100, was reached. Now with that said, we've got this price action here. We've got this bearish order block here, and that's where price is currently trading in. Now if we look at the majors, and mainly pound USD. Mainly pound USD is showing us that dollar might be heading to the downside on a short-term base, not long-term. We should be seeing a bit of weakness coming into the dollar index. Now, how do we get to see that? Now, this is where SMT divergence comes through. If you remember correctly, when we spoke of macro analysis, where we look at correlated assets, if assets move in the same direction, they usually confirm higher highs, lower lows, higher lows together. And if that does not happen now, it shows us that smart money is actively trading. Now I'm going to go to pound USD. Now we've got pound USD here, and I'm on the daily chart. And if we look at pound USD, focusing mainly on Friday, we created a new low, right? We created a new low trading below these levels here, right? So we created a new low trading below these levels, but mainly we've got the law of 7 March, right? The law of 7 March. When we come to dollar index, I'm also going to go onto the daily chart. Now the law of 7 March on pound USD corresponds with the high of dollar index of 7 March, right? Which is where we have traded above. So we have created what? A new high. We've got a higher high in our price action on dollar index at a time when pound USD created a new low below the low of 7 March. That's by creating a new lower low. But now if we come to Euro USD, right? When we look at Euro USD, we do not see the same, right? We've got our 7 March low here, right? And you can clearly see price did not trade below the low of 7 March. Price did not create a new lower low on Euro USD. What does this mean in relation to what price action we are seeing in dollar and pound USD? What does it mean in regards to Euro USD? The fact that Euro USD did not create a new lower low signifies to us that there's reaccumulation. The market is reaccumulating for a push to the upside. There's no reason for smart money to trade lower than 7 March. Now, this is an anticipation that you need to have when the market opens tomorrow, right? For some reason, or it might happen that the market can gap to the upside, on Euro USD, because right now we are at a stage where Pound USD has already ran what? Sell side liquidity below the low of 7 March. See, this low here, this was a run off the stops on 7 March. They came back for the second time. They ran the stops from 14 March and 15 March respectively. Now, at a time when dollar index is also running the buy stops above this level here, 99.44. Remember, that was our first target on dollar index for the bulls. That was our first target. So with that, we've got SMT bearish divergence on dollar index. That's weakness. Dollar is distributing above 99.44 inside a daily bearish order block. You see how it links now. This is our inside our weekly bearish order block. Dollar is distributing, right, for a push to the downside. But your main focus right now should be on Euro USD. Now, when you go to Euro USD, you can see it is reaccumulating in fair value. If we go to H4, you can see we've got fair value here. The stops will run here and then price push to the upside. So at no point in the coming week that we should see Euro USD trade below 1.0805. If that happens, then this SMT bearish divergence on dollar index is invalid. Now, if it is a valid weakness in dollar index, then we are likely to see Euro USD finding strength inside this level here. In the coming week, we are likely to see dollar index finding strength inside this level. Already, the last 4 hours of last week's trading week, there was a bit of strength, though it's not much. And we've got fair value here in the form of a fair value gap liquidity void, which should be your initial target, right? Should see price trade into this range, right? Once it trades in here, then expect a push to the upside for a potential of almost close to 80 pips. Now, we're on H4. I'm going to drop down to the H1 with my bullish order block marked. This is my H4 bullish order block, and approximately the equilibrium is coming in at 1.085. That's the equilibrium point. So I'm anticipating a move to that level and then push to the upside. Now, if I come on H1, right? Now on H1, you can see the interesting price action that we have, right? Let me zoom in. Now, the gray shaded area, that's our H4 bullish order block. But inside that discount array, we've got this fair value gap here, right? We've got this fair value gap on H1. And this fair value gap is going to be our buy zone. This is where we should be hunting for long entries. So I'm going to mark this as buy zone. The reason why I'm focusing on Euro USD, guys, is it's the one that has shown me a clear directional bias from analyzing other correlated pairs, which is pound USD and dollar index SMT divergence. So we've got our buy level here. This is where we should anticipate to go to the upside. So we should anticipate a drop into this level here and optimum entry around 1.085 for a push to the upside with your initial target right here at this level here, which is 1.09 4.44, right? So I'm expecting strength in Euro USD in the coming week, but obviously there is things we need to have a look out for that strength to be fulfilled. So once price trades into this discount array here, right, and you are looking at the chart, once price trades into that discount array, this is where the calendar comes in, right? So I'm gonna go to next week. Okay, this week. So tomorrow is Monday, right? And we've got pound news, GDP 3-month change. Do we have any euro news here? Right, GDP for the pound. Expect these numbers to be positive. And if these GDP numbers for the pound are positive numbers, then this becomes a valid stop hunt, and we should see pound also push to the upside, thereby taking it with euro also. Then looking ahead to Tuesday, right, we've got the German economic sentiment. This should also push now euro USD. Then we've got the core CPI. If you remember correctly what we spoke about, for those that were in class, these numbers are going to be crucial. And the guys that are not in Cape Town, I did send a message on Telegram regarding the core CPI news as a clear guide to how next week's range is going to be. So this CPI news, they're likely going to be negative because of that rally that we saw in oil. So we shouldn't get, I don't think we're going to get good numbers on the CPI part because that's an inflation news. And any negative number coming out here, then this level is likely to be your optimum level for long entries. And if the CPI come out negative, then expect dollar to take a bit of a dive to the downside, thereby confirming what the SMT bearish divergence we are talking about. And where is it gonna dive down to? We've got this fair value gap here on daily time frame. I'm gonna give it a different color shade. This fair value gap will be the target for shorting opportunities on the dollar index. This is where we should anticipate it to find a bit of strength once this inefficiency has been filled. But your main focus now is on Euro USD. I'll also be keeping an eye on this pair here from tomorrow so that we get to see how SMT divergence really works out. And if that happens, then that will be a very good lesson for you guys because I've picked it up on a very short, in a lower time frame, which is daily. Normally we use monthly and weekly divergence for our analysis. So yeah, that's what I wanted to just quickly share with you guys, and so that you keep an eye on Euro USD in the coming week. So with that, I wish you guys good luck and happy trading, folks. Thank you.